So again, just work-related topics that you enjoy. And once you've kind of got those work-related topics, now I want you to think about hobbies. What are things outside of school, outside of work that you really enjoy doing? You know, I know, I don't think I have any of them on the call, but like golf or like AJ football, Marshall swimming, like if you enjoy that, that's something you really like to do, which my assumption would be it is, because you wouldn't necessarily be doing it if you didn't enjoy it to some degree. But what do you like? What do you enjoy doing outside of work? You can also think about this outside of work. Are there any special like licensing or certifications that you've done, not necessarily because you've had to, but because you've kind of wanted to? It can be, you know, I know like for me, my degree was in marketing. I really enjoyed marketing. And then for some professional development type stuff, I could choose any professional development that I wanted. I chose to do some HubSpot certifications and learn more about that, about social media marketing. Um, you know, you can also look at this. So in the, like the self-discovery badge that you're doing, in that it talks about flow and being lost in whatever it is you're doing. You're in a certain flow. Think about those situations too. Did one of you have a question? Another example for me is, and it is kind of work related, but due to one of the jobs I had to learn how to film and edit video. So I watched YouTube and taught myself how to do it, and I enjoy doing it. So think about those instances too. What have been situations that you've had to learn something?
So the certifications, and when we had to teach ourselves stuff to learn, does that go through to the first 1 through 5, or the second 1 through 5?
It's going to depend. So it's going to depend. Did you do it because you had to do it for work, or did you do it because you just wanted to? If you did it for work, it's going to go in the first one. If you did it
Okay.
wanted to, it's going to go in the second one.
So like in high school, I got my digital communications like certification, and I did those classes because I wanted to. So that'd go in the second group.
Yes. Okay. So I don't know if you guys are still working or not. I can't see you. So if you are still working, just tell me. But for those of you that might have maybe finished up, what are some things that you have on your list so far?
Said like aviation.
Okay, so aviation. Now, Marshall, what's your major?
Aviation management.
Okay, so you, with aviation, we're going to get there, but be thinking about what you might want to do with that. So, is it more working at an airport? Do you want to work for a private company? Like, what's your thought process on that? What else do you have besides aviation?
Well, I said like working in the field. Like I don't like working behind the desk. You know.
Okay, so um, being out, maybe you find yourself liking to communicate with people. Would you say that that's
Uh, I
no?
mean, I yeah. I mean, I don't mind it, but
Okay.
I like just going out and knowing what I got to do and getting it done.
Okay. So I'm trying to communicate that into a field of interest because
Yeah, I didn't really like like from the first one with the what I enjoy like and work related. I said aviation, working in the field, and then like being with people that are easy to work with. You know.
okay. So I would think that you maybe enjoy um, collaborating with people. Would
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
so I would think your two work related ones, and it's okay if you just have two, would be aviation and collaborating with people.
Okay.
Now, what about your hobbies? What'd you put for hobbies?
I said like competition.
Okay, so you
Like
like competing, you like being a part of a competition, you like aiming for a certain goal. So that's good. What else?
and then flying.
Flying. Okay. So you're doing aviation management, are you looking at getting like a private pilot license or anything like that?
Yes, ma'am. I actually was supposed to get it like the week after.
All this happened.
Yeah.
Well, I know that the director, Troy, is working very closely with our dean to try and get all that back up and running as quickly as we can. I know we were on a meeting. We've got another meeting today, but we were on a meeting last week and they were kind of talking about it. So
Yeah.
stay in touch and hopefully they'll get that done. But so flying and then, I'm sorry, remind me what was competition.
And then
So
I also said being outdoors.
being outdoors. Okay. So um, knowing those things, you like being outdoors, you like to be up in the air flying, and you feel like you're more of a competitive spirit. You also enjoy aviation and you enjoy collaborating with other people. So those are a good 5, and I would say you need probably 5 of these total. But what I want you to look at now with that group is then think about what fields or careers or industries sound interesting to you that these 5 things would align with. And they're in your book. Again, it's in chapter 8. So wherever chapter 8 is for you, it is on page 174. There is a list of some different types of industries. Um, I want you to kind of look at that list or look at a list, or if you know what you want to go into, of which industries sound most interesting to you based on what you know about your interest. So the 5 things, Marshall, that you had there, and everybody else, whatever you have for your hobbies and your work-related interest, which industry do you feel like you could exhibit those interests in? Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay. And it can be, you pick as many industries as you think you could go into. So how are we doing? Is anybody still working? Let me ask that question.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I figured it out.
I'm writing down 2 more and then I'll be done.
Okay. Kelly, how are you doing?
Good. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I don't know which ones really apply.
Okay. So this is how you look at this list. You're looking at the list in the book, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you look at the list, you think about all the fields of interest, what you love and enjoy doing, and then look at this list and think, this is what I love and enjoy doing. Are there any of these industries where I feel like I could do those things? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So like give me an example of what you have for your things that you love and enjoy.
So I did accounting, customer service, and training,
Okay.
and kind of like creating templates and stuff. And then for my hobbies, I did painting, drawing, reading. And then the industries I chose were business operations, and then finance and insurance, and then I did arts and audio.
Okay. Good. That's good. You did it exactly right. So really the point of this, why I'm making you guys do it this way, is I want you to first understand what you love to do, what you enjoy doing. And then look at which industry kind of piques your interest. Because as I've told you before, if you enjoy doing something, you're going to do better at it and you're going to want to do it for longer. I'm not saying that to tell you you need to search for, be on this wild goose chase to search for what you love, because that's hard to find. There's going to be good and bad to every job that you ever encounter. But at least find something that you enjoy doing more than you don't enjoy doing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're going to be working a lot more than you're going to be doing anything else. Trust me. Okay, so knowing those things, everything that you have written down, the industries that you've chosen, what you enjoy, what you love to do, all of that stuff, your entire list, I want you to then look at this grid that's on the screen and copy this grid down on a piece of paper. You don't have to write the information in the boxes yet. Just put a box that has 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you have expertise and enthusiasm, and then your highs and lows. Like copy that down on a piece of paper. Once you have it copied, I want you to go down through your list and put each piece that's on your list in the appropriate box. So for it to go in box 1, it has to be something that you really enjoy, but that you also have a lot of expertise in, that you feel like you're an expert at. For it to go in box 2, it has to be something that you have a lot of enthusiasm in, but maybe you have a little expertise. You're not 100% confident in it. You're okay at it. Box 3 are those things that you have a little enthusiasm. You're okay with it. It's not your favorite, but you're really good at it. You're like an expert. And then I wouldn't expect anything to really be in box 4. I don't expect you to have anything in box 4, but box 4 is for those things that you don't like and you don't know much about. If you have something in box 4, you didn't do steps 1 and 2 right, basically, because box 4 shouldn't be anything that's on your list. Am I making sense, or am I clear as mud?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Can you give like an example?
Yeah, so run me back to your list. You've got, so like flying, okay?
Okay.
You really enjoy flying, right?
Yes.
Do you think you're an expert at flying?
No.
Then you would put that in box 2.
Okay.
But then, like with aviation management, you wrote that down.
Yes.
You enjoy it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel like you're an expert?
Not yet.
Yeah, so you put that in box 2.
Okay.
Collaborating with people. You enjoy
Okay.
it.
Yes.
Feel like you're really good at it.
I mean, I think I'm pretty decent.
Okay, then you put that in box 1.
Okay.
Okay. You guys just kind of tell me when you're done. 'Cause I can't see you.
What if you don't have one in box 3?
That's okay.
Okay.
That means you did a really good list. You really enjoy everything. Is everybody else finished, or are we still adding some things in?
I'm done.
I'm finished.
Yes, ma'am, I'm good.
Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to look at what's in box 1, and you're going to kind of rank those. So which ones maybe number 1, number 2, number 3, and then same thing for box 2. So which ones 1, 2, and 3. And once you kind of have those ranked, if you'll look at the Petal, Petal 5 in your book, you'll see that it has 5 spots. Obviously, if you have more than 5, you can list more than 5, but you really should try to narrow it down to those top 5. Anything that ranks 6 to more wouldn't go on your Petal necessarily, but you're going to rank those fields of interest from 1 through 5.
Is it okay if we only have 4?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So what if we have one in Petal 3? Do we write that one down too, or no?
You mean in box 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be your last one.
Okay.
That would be your very last thing. That means that you can do it and you can do it well. So if worst came to worst, you could do that, but you don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to do that first.
So let me ask you this. So I put communicating because I teach Sunday school, so I talk to a lot of people, but like it makes me super nervous, like to talk to like big crowds. Would that still fall in 3?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't feel like you enjoy it, it would still
I
go.
don't mind it, but it's like when it comes to big crowds, it's just like I rather not.
I would put it in number 3, and I
Okay.
would call that more of presenting instead of communicating.
Okay.
I would call
Okay.
it giving presentations.
Okay.
And that would be kind of the last thing. So then you know that if you're interviewing for a job and the majority of the job is going to be they want you to give a presentation to a big crowd, you can do it. So if it came down to it and you had to do it, you would
Yeah.
be able to, but you don't want to do it.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So we're going to move on because we're going to run out of time. So that's the Petal 5. Once you kind of rank these and get them, does anybody have any questions about Petal 5?
No.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on to Petal 6, and then we're going to start on Petal 6 here, and then we'll finish Petal 6 up next time and then look at Petal 7. So Petal 6, the first thing you're going to look at is the level of responsibility that you would like to have someday. So thinking about the top level that you eventually want to get to. Obviously, you're not going to start there when you first get out of college, typically, unless your top level is wanting to work alone and be told what to do all the time and you don't want to advance up, which is okay. That's perfectly fine. Most of us, though, don't start at where we want to end up. We have to start somewhere and then work to where we want to be. So what you're going to do is think through, out of this list, where do you want to be someday? Is your goal to be the boss of everybody and be the CEO and be in charge of multiple departments and multiple people? Would you rather be kind of the middle person where you're a supervisor or you're a manager for an area, but you still have to report to the main person? Do you just want to manage a small team? Like, do you want to be just a team leader where you're really right there in the middle and you have a couple of layers ahead of you and a couple of layers below you? Do you want to be on a team of equals where everybody contributes the same and there's not really a direct team leader? You all are equal and then you all report to maybe a more department type level person. Do you want to be a partner? You know, if you're in accounting, you might want to be an equal partner in a firm, which would also make you CEO, but it would be a co-partnership. Or do you just prefer to work alone and never really have to be, you know, maybe you want to be a self-employed or something like that, where you have no employee. Oh, is everybody okay? Hello?
Yeah, what happened?
No idea. I know we've only got a few more minutes, so I'll try to wrap this up. Do y'all have any questions about how to figure out what level you want, level of responsibility?
No, I'm good.
No, we're good.
We'll kind of pick it back up next time too, and I'll make sure we're all good and know what kind of level we want. As far as assignments, so I want to go over that real quick in the last few minutes that we have. Try to work with your mentors. Like I said, I'll email Stacy and then you guys kind of touch base with her too and see what we need to do. Your self-discovery pathway needs to be completed by the 15th, so just work through all of those milestones by then. I'll be in touch, so watch for announcements for the flower exercise. And then you'll need to write a reflection paper by April the 29th over your mentorship experience, just working with your mentor. And there's more details about that in that assignment. And then the final exam is online. It's more open-ended questions, so it's more about your experience. Really, with that, you just want to pay close detail to every part of the question. What usually hangs people up is they don't answer all pieces of the question, okay? But that opens, I believe, on April the 29th, and you have until May 6th to do it. It's only about 10 questions, so it shouldn't take you long, and it's through Canvas, and you'll submit it just like you would submit a quiz. Any questions about what we have left for the class?
No, ma'am.
I think I sent an announcement. I've sent a lot of announcements lately, but I thought I sent one about this, but if I didn't, I will, and just kind of recap what all's left for the class and stuff like that.
And I wanted to let you know, Miss Goza, I had several people in my mentor group that's like with Keith and stuff text me asking if we had a Zoom class. And I told them that we did, but they couldn't find the Zoom link, and I didn't see their text until about now. And so a lot of them didn't like Zoom in because they couldn't find the Zoom link for today.
Okay. Well, I will, I recorded it, so I went on and recorded it, so I'll share that out with them so they have
Okay.
it. So thank you for letting me know, though, and I'll try to reiterate where those are at for the classes, because we have one more. So, and I'll be sending the one for the presentation soon.
Okay.
All right. Well, y'all stay safe, keep social distancing, and if you need me, you know where to find me.
All right.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
No.
Later.
Bye.